Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be making these super cute in the hoop keychains by Parker on the Porch. Check out these animal prints. This is all embroidery. I think they are so stinking cute. Again, great stacking stuffer idea. Another quick and easy project. You get all three in the file that she has for download, and I will have a link to that in the description below the video. Let's get started. This is the production sheet. This comes with the download. So Parker on the Porch has provided you all the instructions. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to the zebra one. I believe the leopard one has 6 steps because it does the spots and then it does the outline. But you're going to follow basically the same direction for all 3 of the instructions. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, I've got the design on the flash drive. I downloaded it to the computer. So we are going to take it from the flash drive and put it onto the machine. So in order to do that, we need to unlock the machine. Okay, press File. We're going to look on the flash drive for the zebra file, which is right there. And we're going to tell it to save it to the machine. So we're going to click the machine. Now we're going to go to the machine, and it's always the last file right there called zebra. And we're going to hit OK. So now we've got the design set on our machine. The next thing we need to do is look at our production sheet and choose our colors. So we're going to go into colors. And for number 1, that's just a placement stitch. So I'm going to do that in black, which is my color number 1. Number 2, I want those stripes to be black. So I'm going to do color number 1 again. This is your satin stitch, your outline border. So let's do, what do I want to do for that? I think I'm going to do color number 2, which is my gray. So that's going to be the satin border. And then there's a highlight stitch, that black stitching. So I'm going to do that back in black. So that's going to be that one. And then your finishing stitch is also going to be black. So mine are all black except for this outline. You can do whatever you want. You could do them all in black. Once you have your colors set, you're going to click OK. We're going to choose our hoop. So I'm going to go into Design Set. And I'm going to choose the hoop and choose Other, because I'm going to use the Mighty Hoop. So we're going to click OK. And it's just centering it up for a general center. So we're going to hit Escape. Now you can see I have hooped a piece of tearaway, nothing fancy here in my Mighty Hoop. So I'm just going to load this into the machine by putting it under the clips and clipping it into place until it snaps into place right there. Now we need to trace our design and make sure it's going to fit in within the hoop. She has designed this to fit in the 4x4 hoop. So it should fit. We just need to make sure we get our placement right. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into the needles, and I'm going to put it on number 1. And that's telling me number 1 needle right here is what it's going to center with. We're going to hit Escape. And we're going to lock it up. Hit OK. And now it's going to trace a general outline. Now this looks really close. To me, it looks like it's going to hit. So if it's really close, but you know that it should fit within the frame, you can click this button right here, which will do an actual outline of the design. And it goes a little bit slower, so it's easier to see if it's going to hit your frame. So I'm going to hit that button, and it's the one with the heart. And it's going to go really slow, and I can kind of pull this down and see. I've got room there. It's not going to hit. See, it's going to hit back there. So I know I've got to move my design up. See if we've got plenty of room up here. So I have plenty of room at the top. So I'm going to move the frame backwards so that will move my design towards the top. So you always want to make sure that you trace, because otherwise you could harm your machine if it hits the frame. Once you've traced and it looks good, go ahead and hit Start. Okay, once we have our first placement stitch, we're going to take our vinyl and we're going to put it pretty side up on top. You can use some spray adhesive if you want. I am just going to kind of hold this in place. Be very careful. Keep your fingers out of the way. I'm just going to kind of hold it with this, and we're going to hit start. And this is stitching step 2, which is the actual stripes. Okay, so we just finished step 2. Now it's time for step 3. Step 3 is going to be the satin stitch around the edge. So this is when we need to put the backing on. So whichever one you're doing, when you get to the satin stitch, you need to put the back on before you start the satin stitch. So I'm going to remove the hoop, give it a little trim, tie off all those, or trim off all those tie-offs. Just get rid of all that excess. Okay, so once you have it trimmed, the next thing is going to be to add your backing on the back. So this is the front side. We're just going to turn it over and make sure that it covers your entire design from top to bottom. And you can spray sprayed adhesive and put that on this way, or I'm just going to use a little bit of painter's tape and tape it down. Now you want to make sure when you put it back on the machine that this stays nice and flat. So I like to kind of just put my hand under it as I'm loading it and just making sure that that doesn't come off. All right, so making sure everything is nice and smooth underneath, and we're going to go ahead and run the next stitch. So we just finished our satin stitch. Now it's going to do the decorative around the edge, which is the decorative inside here, and then it's going to do an all around black outline all the way around. So let's learn the last 2 steps. And we're done on the hoop. So here we are, we've got them all trimmed up. So we're going to first take our tape off. And we can go ahead and open our hoop. Remember to watch your fingers. Very strong magnet and easy to pinch. All right, so we've got our design right here. You can go ahead and rip your tearaway out. I kind of like to just go ahead and separate the 2. Okay, once I have separated the 2 of them, I'm just going to start cutting this out. You want to cut close to those stitches, but not so close that you're going to jeopardize the integrity of them. So 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever look that you like. Use sharp scissors. Always try to turn the project, not your scissors. So that looks pretty good. You're going to go ahead and cut out both of them. Now I like to use the Crocodile to set my eyelets. You can use whatever you want. This does come with tools to set them with. I just prefer to use the Crocodile. I think it works a lot easier. So you're just going to center it on the larger hole, and I kind of like twist it, and then you have your hole. Now the Crocodile has, for the eyelet setter, these are interchangeable. For this particular set of eyelets, it takes set A1. So you put this one on A, you put this one on 1. So we're going to grab an eyelet and we're going to stick it in the hole so that the colored side is facing up. We're going to take our crocodile, I'm going to turn it over so that that nipple is on the top, and I'm going to place that right inside that hole. Just like so. Can you see that? So the nipple's facing up. This is going to set right inside. And then I'm just going to squeeze. And there's my eyelet. These are so much fun to make, very quick, very easy, and they make great gifts and stocking stuffers. Again, I'll have a link to the file from Parker on the Porch in the description below the video. Please go check her out. She has the cutest embroidery projects on her site. Also, if you have a single needle machine, you can absolutely make this. You'll follow the exact same steps. You're just going to change your thread in between each step. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're notified every time there is a new video. See ya. Never stop making. Bye-bye.